Braves Country Today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country Today, Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country Today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night and 2 bonus games every week. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball for the fans, by the fans. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Noonan, Georgia.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
A room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Braves. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
You're in Braves Country.
We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves Country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball. Hey, Howdy, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. Good afternoon, y'all. We are live, and the scene is Nationals Park in our nation's capital, where we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing right field, Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting second, playing first, Matt Olson. Austin Riley playing third and hitting third. Ozzie Albies is your cleanup hitter and playing second. Michael Harris the second in center field and hitting fifth. And Travis d'Arnaud in the sixth spot behind the plate. Eddie Rosario gets the starting nod in left field and hitting seventh. And Marcell Ozuna is your designated hitter and batting eighth. Orlando Arcia, the shortstop, and batting ninth. And Spencer Strider is on the mound for your Atlanta Braves. The Washington Nationals lineup looks like this. Luis Garcia batting first and playing second. Joey Meneses, the designated hitter, is batting second, while Dominic Smith hitting third and playing first base. Carlos Ruiz is behind the plate and batting cleanup. Corey Dickerson in left field and batting fifth. Candelario batting sixth at third base. Lane Thomas is out and right and batting seventh. C.J. Abrams is your number 8 hitter at the shortstop. Victor Robles will be patrolling center field and batting ninth. Josiah Gray is the starting pitcher for the Washington Nationals. Phil Cousy is behind home plate. Mark Rippinger is the first base umpire. Shane Liversbarger, second base. And Dan Bellino, opening day's home plate umpire, is down the third base line. And so we are set for Braves Country Baseball. Just to give you a quick update on Max Fried. It was talked about the last couple of days. Essentially, when his turn comes up in the rotation, they will put him on the IL at that point. He'll miss probably 2 starts. That's what the hope is. But as of right now, he has not been placed on the IL unless they do it just before first pitch. So right now what we have is Braves heading in to game 2 of the Nationals. Hey, for the first time in a long time that I can remember, early in the season, we're all alone in first place. If you missed it last night, the New York Mets took one on the chin and lost to the Marlins, who I think are going to be a little better than last year as we are getting ready for first pitch. You're not missing anything right now. They're doing the last bit of the warm-ups. And Philly was off. Remember, Philly lost on opening day. And so you've got Atlanta 1-0 and atop the division, a half game in front of the Mets, a half game in front of the Nationals, and a full game in front of the Phillies. A half game in front of the Mets, the Marlins, full game in front of the Phillies and Nationals is what I meant to say. So we're getting set here for Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today as Braves Country HD. We're going to bring you over 100 ball games this year, about 4 a week, Tuesday and Friday night. And then we'll bring you the afternoon game if there is one on Wednesday or Thursday. And we'll bring you the Saturday afternoon game unless they're playing on Sunday night like they are next week. Next week, the Braves are playing Sunday night baseball against the San Diego Padres, and that is the game that we will bring to you. Okay, so Acuna's climbing into the box and taking his last warm-up swings. Josiah Gray is throwing his last few pitches before we get started here. The Nationals are in their City Connects, the Gray City Connects, with the WSH across the chest and the Washington Roses underneath. It's kind of a pinkish white lettering. They've got the white pants. And the Atlanta Braves, they are in their road blues. And we are just about set. Josiah Gray was 7-10 last year. The 5.02 ERA, remember, he came over in that trade with the Dodgers a couple of years ago, so they've got high hopes for him as they gave up a bundle to get him. Braves in the blue road uniforms with Atlanta across their chest. Gray gets the sign, and it's time for Braves country baseball. Here's the first pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. Looked like it might have been a changeup on the outer edge, and it's 0-1. We'll go ahead and get the screen refreshed here in a second as they are getting set for pitch number 2. Here's the delivery right there at the knees, called for a strike, and it's 0-2. Braves nothing, Nationals nothing. If you're just joining us here on WQEE 99.1 FM or Braves Country HD. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and hammered into the left field corner. Is that going to get over the wall? Yeah, baby, it does. Take the grand tour. Ronald Acuna Jr. with a solo blast. It was a heat-seeking missile that just creeped over the wall. One of the fans tried to make the catch, and they dropped the ball, so it was a little confusing. Acuna continued to run around the bases, finally got the okay from the umpire. 1-0 your Atlanta Braves. So that's a great way to get our Saturday afternoon started here in Braves country. Glad you could join us. Unbelievable. Josiah Gray with the 0-2 count, and he just lays a tater right across the plate. That brings Matt Olson to the plate. Matt Olson takes the first pitch on the outer edge outside for a ball. It's 0-1. 1-0, excuse me. The 1-0 pitch way outside, almost pitch out territory, and it's quickly 2-0. Braves 1, Washington nothing. Top of the first, nobody out. The 2-0 pitch swung on, and that ball is hammered high and deep, going back on the track at the wall. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, zip, boom, bam. It's another solo shot, back-to-back jacks. That's a fact. The Braves are up 2-0. How about it? Looks like batting practice out there so far. Hopefully we can keep it up. 92-mile-an-hour fastball that was about belt high, and Olsen couldn't ask for a better pitch. Good piece of hitting by the Ice House, and 2-0 is your score. Olsen crosses home plate and gives the elbow bumps to Riley and Albies. The first pitch on the way to Riley is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Looked like the slider that just kind of dived off the plate. Hard to lay off of that one. Good pitch by Gray. The 0-2 delivery on the way. Swung on and banged off his foot. Riley stays alive. Don't think it got much of him. We'll do it again at 0-2. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon here on Braves Country Baseball. April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day to you. The 0-2 delivery. Down below the knees and outside the box. It's 1-2. That home run by Olsen, 111-mile-an-hour exit velocity, 406 happy feet over the wall, a 41-degree angle. The one on Acuna, I'll get that to you here in 1 second. As Gray shakes off a couple of pitches, and I was about to say that has got to be at some point. That is going to be an automatic ball. Gray taking too long to figure out what pitch he wants, so that's going to take the automatic ball here, and now the pitch is on the way. Didn't matter. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Check swing off the edge, and there's one away. The Acuna blast was 106 miles an hour off the bat, 383 feet, and the launch angle was just 20 degrees. I told you it was a missile. So there you go. That brings Ozzie Albies to the plate, and Albies swings at the first pitch, and he hits it into left field. Here comes a slide by Thomas. He cannot get the ball. It gets underneath his glove. He's quick to hop to his feet, gets the ball, which trickled behind him, and gets it into the infield quick enough where Albies did not have a chance to advance. Ozzie Albies, little slow getting out of the box. But that was just great hustle by Thomas. Once he didn't make the play, he did hit it with his arm as the ball got behind him, and so it slowed him down. So 1 on, 1 out. Michael Harris II comes to the plate, and the first pitch is taken outside. They're going to call that for a wide strike, and it's 0-1. Braves 2, Washington nothing. If you're just joining us, the Braves jumped out to an early lead here in the first inning with 2 back-to-back jacks by Acuna and Olsen. The 0-1 delivery down, just a check swing, and it's going to trickle in between home and third base. Josiah Gray's chasing it, just going to roll foul, and it's an exciting strike number 2. The Mets and Marlins, along with the Phillies and Rangers, are just getting underway, so we'll keep you up to date with those scores as well as this game moves on. Eovaldi is on the hill for Texas against Zach Wheeler for Philly. The 0-2 pitch from Gray. It's in the dirt, gets away, but Ozzie does not take off. He'll stay right there at first. Quick reaction by Ruiz to keep him at bay, and it's 1-2. The wind is moving pretty significantly out towards right field, about 12 miles an hour. The 1-2 pitch swung on, and a grounder back at the mound, comebacker, and it's going to be a 1-6-3 double play as the Nationals get out of the inning, but not before your Atlanta Braves hammer 2 over the wall and take a 2-0 lead. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Does this shade of red make me look like a clown?
No. It makes you look like a prostitute who caters exclusively to clowns.
ACC football covered like no other here on the Armchair Quarterback.
Reggie Gillespie dives into the end zone. The winning points for North Carolina State. And the teams come together in the end zone, pushing, shoving between the back and the heels as Gillespie has scored the winning points, his 5th rushing TD. But these teams need to be separated. The emotion boils over on the last play of the game as Gillespie goes to the end zone. And it's a sea of Carolina blue and State red.
And Carruthers gets into it, and they've doused him, and now we've got a big brawl out on the field. Marring would have been the 200th victory for Bobby Bodden. Look at this. That's an ugly mess down there. This is ugly. Starting to get it cleared up down there, although there's still some bodies flying around.
ACC football, backyard brawls all year long. Been chomping at the bit ever since I've selling this at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, what am I looking at? This dude's wearing a sports bra. No one else wants to talk about that. Like the announcers didn't bring it up or nothing. They say, that's a really goal. And they start breaking down the goals. They screw the goal, break down the fact the dude's wearing a sports bra and then showing it off.
Armchair.
Look, will happily pay 75 cents to $1.50 to go to the theater. And numbers prefer baseball to theatricals. We must make the games worth witnessing, and there will be no fault found with the price. A good game is worth 50 cents. A poor one is dear at 25. Harry Wright.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Spencer Strider's taking the mound. 11-5 last year with a 2.67 ERA, 99 whip. The first pitch on the way from Strider's at 99-mile-an-hour, a heater on the outer edge, swung on and fouled back by Garcia. It's quickly 0-1. Braves 2, Washington nothing. Bottom of the first, the 0-1 pitch right there. Looked like a sinker, 98-mile-an-hour sinker, kind of tailed off at the end, and it's 0-1. 0-2, excuse me. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. And we'll do it again at 0-2. The 0-2 delivery from Strider and dives down there below the knees. Did he go around? They're going to check third base umpire. Bellino says he did not go around, and it's 1-2. Strider gets set, and he kicks and deals, and that ball is swung on and hammered down the first base line. Plenty foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. Braves 2, Nationals nothing. If you're just joining us, 2 solo shots in the first inning. The 1-2 pitch swung on and popped up, but it's going to bend out of play over the third base dugout. We'll restart it again at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, swing, and fouls it back 99 miles an hour, outer edge. Garcia making Strider work. This will be his 8th pitch of the game, of the at-bat. Texas does lead Philadelphia 1-0. The 1-2 pitch, fastball high and wide out of the zone. It's 2-2. Spencer Strider looks in at Darnode behind the dish, and here's the 2-2. Swing, and fouls it back. Garcia just kind of taking punching swings. He shortened up on his swing, just trying to make contact, and he's really making them work. Kind of reminds me of what Brandon Nimmo does from the Mets when he faces Braves pitching. The 2-2 pitch, right there at the edge, strike 3, got him. He got caught watching the paint dry. He wants to argue with home plate umpire Phil Cousy, but Cousy says, take a seat. There's one away. That was right there. Kissed the black at 99. Nothing to argue about there for Garcia. Braves 2, Washington nothing. One away, and the first pitch to Meneses is look like a curveball that dove out of the zone, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery swung on and hit hard over towards short. Arcias got it, throws it. It's a high throw, but Olsen makes the catch and toe taps first before Meneses can get down the line, and there's 2 away. Kind of an errant throw. It was a long throw from Arcia off his back foot. The ball tended to sail a little bit, but he hung in there. So that'll bring up to the plate Dominic Smith, the ex-New York Met. Dom Smith, you remember he came up at the same time as Alonso did. First pitch on the way is a fastball, outer edge, called for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. Right there, top of the zone, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3, and he sets him down. So 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first. We'll head to the second. Braves lead it 2-0.
Let me tell you something. If the U.S. government decides to stick a tracking device up your ass, you say thank you. And God bless America.
Le'Veon Bell, he put out a single for people to listen to on Twitter of a rap album that he's really proud of. He asked for people to critique it. Keenan Allen, the receiver of the Chargers, came back with the trash emoji.
Appreciate your honesty.
And what's even better, I can't do it justice because we're on radio. You've got to see the video. The video that he put up. Oh my God. It's like the most funny and exciting thing I have ever seen because it's like really bad late 80s, early 90s rap video. But anyways, the video is the best part of the whole thing. He's got a hoodie on. It's staged almost like black and white. He's like under a bridge somewhere where there's like a bonfire going.
Hard times.
So like, yeah.
Hard times.
You know, hard times for a guy making millions.
He can relate.
But the funniest part is when he's got the hoodie on, he's doing poses and stuff like that and kind of jiving around. And then this is the funniest part. Out of nowhere, sorry, I can't get it out. He comes up from under the screen. So in other words, like
from the Muppets or something?
Almost like the Muppets.
When you see just the figure just come straight up.
Yes, the gig comes straight up while he's also in the background. It's like the worst thing put together ever. I don't know how to edit a video. We could do better than this. I'm telling you.
Who's the director, Pouncey?
Armchair.
Harry Wright eats baseball, breathes baseball, thinks baseball, dreams baseball, and incorporates baseball in his prayers. Cincinnati Enquirer.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The first pitch on the way from Josiah Gray to Travis Darnode. It's taken for a ball, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on and fouled down the line. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch on the way and swung on and hit high but not very deep into right field. Underneath it, making the play is Thomas. And there's one away. If you saw the video last night of Anthony Rendon, the ex-Washington National, now an Angel, who after the game, as the first pitch on the way to Eddie Rosario batting seventh, is a fastball on the edge, outer edge for a strike, and it's 0-1. He grabbed a fan and took a swipe at him, the 0-1 pitch. Fastball, top of the zone, strike two, and it's quickly 0-2 to Rosario. And if you watched it, the 0-2 pitch on the way to Rosario in the dirt, good eye by Eddie, and it's 1-2. There's some foul language that I won't repeat, but basically he accused the fan of calling him a nasty name and then took a swipe at him. He missed, but Major League Baseball is investigating it. The 1-2 pitch swung on, and that ball's grounded over to first. Eddie's going to jog over towards first. He's out by about 5 steps, and Dom Smith steps on the bag. There's 2 away. But Rendon has not been suspended or fined for it yet, and he came to the plate moments ago in Oakland and got loudly booed by whatever fan base is there, according to a couple of the beat writers out there. First pitch to Marcell Ozuna fades in off the plate and misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, right there for a strike, taken all the way by Ozuna. Looked like a slider about shoulder high, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. 1-2. Ozuna chasing the curveball just outside the zone below the knees. Josiah Gray trying to get a quick second inning after giving up 2 in the first. The 1-2 delivery on the way, swung on and just got a piece of it, rolled it foul. Ozuna stays alive. Will do it again at 1-2. The 1-2 from Gray. He lets it fly, swung on, and that ball is hit hard, but right at the third baseman, Candelario. And it's a line out, and it's a 1-2-3 second. So the Braves score 2 in the first, nothing in the second. It's 2-0 Atlanta, bottom 2.
Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
It was a homeless woman, wasn't it?
It was a homeless woman, yeah. He said that he had to give his kidnappers $500, so he gave her his credit card to go get him $500 and whatever, because none of it turns out to probably wasn't true.
You know what this sounds like to me? It sounds like Allensby got all liquored up and paid a homeless woman $500 to roll around under the bridge with him.
Well, that is exactly what I think happened, because now they got two guys coming out saying that they found him unconscious on the side of a road and that they weren't kidnapping him, but he kept yelling at them that, "Do you know who I am? Give me back my wallet. I'm worth $1 million."
Turned out it wasn't a wine bar; it was a strip club. So let's say what really happened here. We've all been there. Well, at least I'm not going to speak for anybody else. I've been there, and
yeah, I don't know if everybody's been under a bridge with a homeless woman giving her $500 after chugging down the line. I've been in similar instances, but I'm not going to say I've been there. First of all, it takes a lot less than $500, okay, buddy? That's where you got taken right there from the jump.
Armchair.
I declare bankruptcy!
I got lost in the game. I mean, the ballpark, the people, the color, the sounds, smells, and it's a passion. It's a very, very big part of my life. Sometimes I like to be 11 years old. I like being part of something that's bigger than me. It's good for your soul to invest in something you can't control.
You're a romantic. You have a lyrical soul. You can love under the best and worst conditions.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Spencer Strider, swung on and fouled back by Ruiz, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 delivery from Strider on the way. Right there, fastball, outer edge. Paints the corner, and it's 0-2. Braves 2, Washington nothing. The 0-2 delivery from Strider, swung on and fouled down the line. 99-mile-an-hour cookie that was too hot to handle, and it goes sailing into the seats down the left field line. The 0-2 delivery from Strider. He gets the sign from Darno. Here's the pitch. Swing and popped up. Can of corn over towards the left field foul territory. Riley got a late jump on it. He's going to try to make a sliding catch over the shoulder, just out of the reach. Good attempt by Riley. He was shifted a little bit towards the first base side with the left-handed batter, so he had a little further to go. I think if it was normal depth, he would have had a decent chance. So the 0-2 pitch to Ruiz on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. Curveball got him in the dirt. Good pitch by Strider. Spencer Strider, second in the Rookie of the Year ballot. First pitch on the way from Strider is in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Dickerson. Fastball right there at the knees, outer edge. It's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery is swung on and strike 2. Looked like the four-seamer just at the bottom of the zone, and it's quickly 1-2. The 1-2 from Strider, fastball swung on and a broken bat. No, he didn't make contact. The bat went airborne. Thought he'd gotten contact in the ball and the bat had both gone, but he just lost all control of the bat, and it's a strikeout. The ball went sailing towards the Nationals' dugout into the camera well. That's how far down the line it was. Well past to where the players sit, all the way down the line. So strikeout for Dickerson. And we move on. The first pitch on the way to Candelario misses for a ball down below the knees. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch right there at the knees. 97 mile an hour, just painted the bottom of the corner, and it's 1-1. Candelario did not like it. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Slider, 86 miles an hour, taking about 10 miles an hour off that last pitch. Got him way out in front. It's 1-2. Spencer Strider rocks and fires the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. 100 miles an hour, top shelf. We'll head to break. The Braves grab the bats. Arcia, Acuna, and Olsen coming to the plate.
It's not what he said, you ignorant wretch. Spanish is worse than your English.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
What the hell's going on out here? Everybody grab it out there. Nobody touching. Just grab it, everybody. Grab. Nobody touching.
I can't talk right now. Why don't you give me your home number and I'll call you later?
Well, I'm sorry. We're not allowed to do that.
Oh, I guess you don't want people calling you at home.
No.
Well, now you know how I feel.
Armchair.
Braves country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves country today. Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE.
Harry Wright, a former center fielder for the Knickerbocker Baseball Club, believed there were big profits to be made in baseball. And in 1869, he assembled the very first professional team, Cincinnati Red Stockings. Only one of Wright's Red Stockings actually came from Cincinnati. Most were young New Yorkers, 19 or 20 years old. Wright drilled them in the fundamentals, insisted they be silent and businesslike on the field, and dressed them in knickers to boost their running speed.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Josiah Gray fires the first pitch inside for a ball, and Arcia has to bend out of the way. It's 1-0. Orlando Arcia first at bat of the game, the 1-0 pitch. Just on the outer edge, just kissed the corner, and it's 1-1. He's gone fastball slider so far to start Arcia. Fastball in, slider away. The 1-1 delivery. Swung on, and that ball is ripped over towards the 6 hole. That ball's going to eat up Abrams and get into the outfield. Abrams jogs over to get the ball to keep Arcia to just one base. We'll see how they score it. I'd say that's got to be an error, but you never know. There was some really strange scoring all day on opening day. So we'll wait for that decision. And here's the first pitch on the way to Acuna, and it's a fastball that tails inside, almost gets Acuna. Acuna falls to his wallet, gets up off the ground and gives a stare to Gray. Gray, I think, was sending a message to him to stay back after the home run. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. Acuna still staring down Gray, and it's 1-1. If you missed that earlier, the Braves led off with a solo shot by Acuna after he was down 0-2, and then Matt Olson hit one into Virginia. The 1-1 pitch, fastball way high, and it's 2-1. Acuna's first home run of the year. The 2-1 pitch, Swung on and fouled back. Fastball on the outer edge, couldn't catch up with it. It's 2-2. Braves 2. Nationals nothing. The 2-2 pitch. Whoa, just on the outer edge. Good thing Acuna got the call. That was really close. The 3-2 delivery. Swung on and fouled. That's going to stay in play. It's a high scraper. Underneath it is Thomas. He's fighting the sun. He is underneath it for the out. Arcia scampers back to first. Thought that ball had a chance to go out of play, but that wind pushed it back. Pretty strong wind coming in, blowing right to left. So that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a home run. The first pitch to Olson is a fastball, misses high and out of the zone. And it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Olson to Olson is slider right there on the outer edge, called for a strike, and it's 1-1. Josiah Gray gets a sign. Here's the pitch. The 1-1 pitch is a curveball down below the knees inside, and it's 2-1. Gray looks the runner back at first, gets the sign. Here's the 2-1 pitch down below the knees. Olson laying off it all the way, and it's now 3-1 to Olson. Josiah Gray carefully pitching around Olson after that mammoth home run. The 3-1 pitch to Matt. Here's the windup, and right there for a strike, outer edge. And it's 3-2. So you got a full count here. We'll see if they'll send the runner. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Curveball dropped off the table right on the outer corner. And Olson kind of shook his head to have to tip of the cap to Gray on that one. That was a very good pitch. So that'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Riley's 0 for 1. First pitch is on the outer edge. Slider called for a strike, and it's 0-1. Ozzie Albies stands on deck. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Atlanta. So that was labeled a hit. The 0-1 pitch is swung on. That ball is roasted in between the 4-6 hole into center field. Arcia's on his horse. He'll go first to third, and we got runners on the corners with 2 away. That ball was absolutely smoked. Riley hit that right on the screws, and it was a one-hopper that went straight past Abrams, who had less than a millisecond to react to that one. So that'll bring up Ozzie Albies with runners on the corners. And the first pitch to Albies is fastball that sails way out of the zone, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Albies. Swung on and fouled back out of play. 95 miles an hour, outer edge. Evens up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 delivery in the dirt. Good block by Ruiz to keep Arcia at bay. So to reset here, you got a 2-1 count to Ozzie. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. So Riley will be running at the crack of the bat. Here's the pitch from Gray, and off the plate wide, it's 3-1. Michael Harris stands on deck. Ozzie with the open stance from the left side of the plate, righty-lefty matchup. Here's the kick and deal, swing and a half-hearted swing and a miss. It's a full count now. It's 3-2. Looked like the curveball that he just swung over the top. Braves 2, Nationals nothing. Runners on the corners, 2 away. The full count to Ozzie. Here's the pitch in it. In the dirt, gets away. And here comes Arcia. He's safe. Safe at home. Ozzie Albies will take first base on the walk. But Arcia comes scampering home as that ball, I think that might have been the slider. It was a little harder than that curveball he's been throwing. And when he missed, it bounced hard in front of Ruiz. Ruiz got kind of handcuffed by it, and it kicked away. And by the time Gray realized that the ball had gotten away, Arcia was moving. He had no chance to cover the plate. Ruiz had no chance to get back to the plate. So now it's 3-0 Atlanta. Runners on first and second and 2 outs. And it's been a violation called by the umpire. So I believe that's going to be an automatic ball. No indication yet, but I believe it's 1-0. The first actual pitch from Gray is on the way and fouls it off. There's 1 strike. They still haven't put that ball up there, but I believe that's what the umpire was referencing. The official scorekeepers still haven't caught up with all these new rules. The 1 strike pitch is on the way and fouled back out of play. Still showing just 0-2. But according to the umpire, it should be 1-2 up on the screen. So the 2-strike pitch from Gray on the way and inside. That's a ball. We'll go with the theory that it's 1-2. But I do not believe, I've got 3 different things open to check the official scores. None of them have actually registered that ball yet. The 1-2 pitch from Gray in the dirt, and that ball gets away. That thing gets far away. Riley does not head to third. Guess he didn't want to be the automatic out at third base. But it looked like he probably could have got over to third because that ball kicked much farther away than the one Arcia scored on. But playing it safe, you got a 2-2 count on your screen. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That ball is dumped into left field. It'll get down where the green grass grows. Here comes Riley. He's being sent by Wash. It is 4-0 your Atlanta Braves. An RBI single off a curveball on the outer edge by Michael Harris. He stepped into it and went with the pitch. Good piece of hitting by Harris. Didn't try to do too much. And the Braves are out to a great 4-0 lead. On the play, as Riley came around to score, Ozzie, I believe there's time being called. Give me 1 second to figure out what they're coming out there to talk to Gray is what's going on. But Ozzie Albies is still on second. So I thought he might try to make it from first to third, but once again, not wanting to be the last out at thirds. So now we're back ready for the action. Runners on first and second, 2 away. Travis d'Arnaud swings at the very first pitch, and he'll dribble it over to second. It'll be an easy 4-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put 2 more on the board. It's 4-0 Atlanta in D.C. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Sit sharp. I'm not playing your stupid game.
You can't go cheap on the TP. So I'm going to throw the honorable mention of diapers. You can go to a lesser name brand, and there's a median there, store brand diapers, garbage. You will have more blowouts and cleanups than you will know what to do with.
Are you willing?
It is not worth saving the dollar.
Are you willing to go to cloth diapers to save money?
No.
Does anybody still do that? What a terrible idea.
Yes.
Do they?
There are people. Yes.
That's such
and
a
they need
terrible
hug me
idea.
jackets. They have lost their mind. There's no way I would process that thing through my washing
Why would I want?
and then ever wear anything out of it again.
I mean, if someone drizzles on my shoes in the men's room, I'm throwing them out. I don't want a full-blown episode and go, well, we can reuse those. Don't throw them out. Who came up with that idea?
Armchair.
Hey, Braves fans. I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long, giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5, and we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country Baseball right here on the key.
For the first time, to the shock of the baseball community, he paid each player a salary. The highest paid was Harry's brother George, the shortstop, who received a considerable sum of $1,400 a season, 7 times the average working man's wage.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Your Atlanta Braves lead it as we head to the bottom of inning number 3. It's 4-0, and Spencer Strider goes back to work. First pitch of the inning, 97-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer edge to Thomas, and it's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Thomas digs in, and that ball is swung on. That ball is smoked into center field, and Harris is on the horse, and he's going to drop the ball. It goes up against the wall. He gets the carom. Harris was on a dead run and just misplayed the ball. Looked like he might have closed the glove or just misjudged it. As it got to, he closed the glove just a hair too soon. He was on a full sprint, and the sun is square in his eyes. So I'm sure that was a very difficult play. Sure, he'll tell you he should have had it, but that's got to be a double, I would think. We'll get the official scoring to you here in a second. First pitch on the way to Abrams is swung on and hit deep into left field, but not enough to advance the runner. Rosario gets the ball back into the infield after the catch, and there's one away. Braves 4, Washington 0. Spencer Strider, 31 pitches into the afternoon. Robles batting .500 on the very young season. The number 9 hitter comes up, and the fastball, 98 miles an hour, swinging the miss, top of the zone on the inner cut, and it's 0-1. Victor Robles, one of the few still around from that 2019 championship team. The 0-1 pitch, fastball, outer edge, just misses high, and it's 1-1. Good defensive center fielder and base runner. The 1-1 pitch from Strider as he looks back the runner. Here's the delivery, and Slider's going to miss high and just top of the zone. It's 2-1. Two one from Strider. He kicks and deals, and that slider fades inside, almost gets Robles, and it's now 3-1. So after a quick couple of innings, Strider having to labor a little bit here in the third, but with a 4-run lead, can still be aggressive. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back. Full count now, 97 miles an hour. On the outer edge, top shelf. So a full count to Robles, top of the order, on deck. Here's the 3-2, and did he go around? The fastball was in the dirt. Darnode wants him to check down the first base line, but I don't think Ripperger is going to give him the benefit of the doubt, so that's going to be a walk. You'll put runners on first and second and one away. Braves 4, Washington nothing. Runners on first and second. One out, and here's the pitch. Swung on, and that ball's grounded over to second. Ozzy's got it. It's going to be a 4, 6, 3. Double play to get us out of the inning. So just like that, the threat is thwarted. We'll be back in a flash. Eddie Rosario coming to the plate.
And I gotta tell you, fellas, you have got what appears to be a dynamite sound.
You'll do anything to stay healthy. So isn't it time to think about your water? Aquasana water filters remove contaminants other filters don't, like lead, bacteria, viruses, and pesticides. Up to 99% of 88 contaminants, while leaving vital minerals you need like potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Visit waterfilter.com now. That's waterfilter.com for pure, delicious water and the ultimate peace of mind. Aquasana, better water, better you.
But there's a tier level of like college and adult life, and I'm not going back to the college level tier. You can't go, this isn't walking back into my fridge. Not ever happening again.
Well, no, but
ice at that.
But if I'm somewhere, okay, Busch Light I can deal with. Natty Light, no. Natty Light, I don't even feel like it's, I don't know. Natty Ice, definitely not. That's just a headache in a can. But when I say cheap beer, like stuff that's not, the upper echelon, I'm talking about your domestics. I can live on a domestic. I don't have to have the hippest, $15 for a 6-pack beer. I'm fine with.
Oh, definitely. I mean, heck, let's face it. After the first two, they all taste the same after that.
Well, yeah, and if you're going to drink all day, I'm not trying to mess around with the double IPAs and porters and stuff like that. Dude, you're about to go to a dark place.
Armchair.
The Red Stockings finished their first season with a record of 65 wins and not a single loss. They also managed to turn a profit for their investors, $1.39. The city that had once prided itself on the stockyards had become the baseball capital of the country, and the Red Stockings spread the gospel from New York to San Francisco, traveling on the just completed Transcontinental Railroad.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves lead it 4-0. The first pitch on the way is a fastball, misses wide outside from Gray to Rosario, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Way outside, 2-0. Top of the fourth inning. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and fouls it straight back. Rosario just missed getting a piece of that. He looks frustrated. It's 2-1. If you're just joining us, the Braves got the scoring going early and often. 2 solo shots by Acuna and Matt Olson to start off the game. The 2-0 delivery swung on and just right by him, 89 miles an hour, top shelf edge, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Fastball way outside. Called strike 3. Rosario doesn't like it, and I can't blame him. He's giving a little bit of beef to Kuzi. That pitch was, you'll see it on the pitch track. It tailed way off the edge. Probably missed the zone by about 3 inches. That's a bad call by Kuzi. He's called a pretty good game so far. So that'll bring Marcell Ozuna up. Marcell Ozuna takes the first pitch high for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Ozuna. Inside, almost gets Ozuna. He has to bend backwards. I don't even know how that one missed him. He barely moved his feet. He just kind of bent out of the way. Almost like an Olay type move. It's 2-0. The 2-0 delivery from Gray is swung on and hit high and deep into left field, going back. That one went into orbit with some light tower power. Marcell Ozuna with his first home run of the year, and it's 5-0 Atlanta. 429 feet, 109 miles an hour off the bat. They're saying that's a launch angle of just 24 degrees. That was an absolute scorcher. What a nice way to get this game going. Five nothing lead. Arcia takes the first pitch, and it is, let's call that a strike. That looked like a very questionable strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Arcia. Swing and fouls it back over the first base dugout, and it's 0-2. Top of the fourth inning, 5-0 your score. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that slider misses off the plate. It's 1-2. The 1-2 from to Arcia from Gray. He kicks and deals, swung on, and it's a comebacker to the mound. Gray's got it, flips it over to first, and there's 2 away. Slider on the outer edge of the plate that Arcia just kind of rolled over, and it dribbled back to the mound. That hit by Ozuna, that's going to keep him in the lineup. I was a little surprised today to see Sean Murphy not in the lineup and Ozuna in. Ozuna didn't have a very good first day, but they stuck with him, and man, did it pay off. First pitch on the way to Acuna, who's 1 for 2 with a solo shot, is taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 from Gray on the way inside, has to bend backwards. Curveball by Gray misses inside to Acuna, and it's evens up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 from Gray. Kicks and deals, swing, and fouls it back out of play. And it's 1-2. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us here on Braves Country Baseball. We're going to be here 4 games a week, 2023. The 1-2 pitch on the way from Gray, off the plate wide, good eye by Ronnie, and it's 2-2. Every Tuesday night and Friday night, day game midweek, either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the schedule, and the Saturday afternoon tilt unless there's a Sunday night game. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and off the plate wide, ball 3, a full count to Acuna. Matt Olson standing on deck. Braves could really bust this thing open. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Acuna, and swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider got him just over the top. Good pitch by Gray, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Braves put one more on the board with the solo blast by the Big Bear. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
You couldn't figure out the World's Theory for yourself? It's just common sense. Anybody knows you gotta keep your worlds apart.
I'm going to go, and I guess to hone it in, I was going to say chemicals, but cleaning supplies.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
You can go cheap on them. You can buy a store brand. Doesn't clean to your satisfaction. Just add a little more to it.
What you and I have told the American public today is there's certain things that you don't want to go cheap on, but if it comes down to your health or your cleanliness, you're fine with it.
Armchair.
We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Braves Country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country today, Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE.
Every magnate in the country is indebted to this man, Harry Wright, for the establishment of baseball as a business, and every patron for furnishing him with a systematic recreation. Every player is indebted to him for inaugurating an occupation by which he gains a livelihood, and the country at large for adding one more industry to furnish employment, sporting life.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Spencer Strider kicks and deals, and the first pitch is a strike on the outer edge to get it going here in the bottom of the fourth. Meneses is down 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 96 miles an hour on the outer part of the plate, and it's 0-2. Braves 5, Washington 0. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled back out of play, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Strider's gone slider, fastball so far. See how he'll try to dust him off. The 0-2 from Strider. Fastball right there on the outer edge. Sit him down, son. It's a backwards K, and there's one away. That just absolutely froze Meneses. It's pretty good hitter for Washington. Had kind of a breakout season a little late in his career. About 30 years old, he came up and hit really well. Almost reminds me of the first pitch on the way from Strider to Smith is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. If you remember a few years back when Yastrzemski, the grandson of the great Yaz, came out of nowhere in his late 20s to put something together and really build a career out there in the Bay. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Very similar as far as, not by swings or anything like that, but very similar in their stories. There's a time called, and I think they're awarding a ball. No. Well, they can't be awarding a strike because it would have ended I believe that was time. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt and taken for a ball. It's 1-2. It was a batter timeout. He gave a really strange motion for the timeout. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, slider missed way at inside the zone, bounced high behind home plate. It's 2-2. New baseball for Strider. He rocks and kicks it, and fastball sails down below the knees on the outer edge, just misses, and it's 3-2. Strider looks in. The 3-2 pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4. Another walk by Strider will put one man on, one away here in the bottom of the 4th. There was an article out yesterday it's a pretty interesting article. I hadn't really thought of this. It makes a lot of sense where some of these pitchers are coming into camp as Ruiz comes to the plate, and the first pitch, fastball misses off the edge, 96 miles an hour, and it's 1-0. And it's not as much as dealing with the pitch clock that they're having to get adjusted to, but with that pitch clock and the faster pace, as the 1-0 from Strider is swung on and fouled back, 97 miles an hour right there at the knees. Ruiz just got a piece of it, and it's 1-1. But it's being able to continue to pitch and pitch well with the shortened clock, because it's a whole different kind of stamina that they're needing. The 1-1 delivery inside. Woo, that was close. Slider almost clipped Ruiz. It's 2-1. Texas leads Philadelphia 4-0. That game is in the top of the 4th. The 2-1 delivery swung on and hit high and deep into right field, going back just before the track. Acuna makes the catch in the sun, and there's 2 away. Meneses was not able to move on the play. I said Meneses, I meant Smith, excuse me. That'll bring Corey Dickerson to the plate. Dickerson 0 for 1. He hit .267 with 6 home runs last year. First pitch on the way from Strider's a fastball. Top of the zone, just misses. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses outer edge. It's 2-0. 97 off the side of the plate. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses wide and outside. It's 3-0. Strider getting in a little bit of a trouble with 1 on and 2 away. Nursing a 5-0 lead. The 3-0 delivery. Way outside, high and wide. Ball 4. You wonder if that might draw a mound visit. He was nowhere near the zone. Here comes Darnode for sure. He is coming up to talk to him. buy him some time, kind of settle him down a little bit. We'll hit the scoreboard here in a second. Miami leads New York 2-1. That game is in the fourth. Also top of four, Texas 4, Philly nothing. So that'll bring Candelario to the plate. Candelario swings at the first pitch and gets a hold of that one. It's high and deep, but going back on the track at the wall, making the catch. Nice. Way to get out of that one. That'll end the inning. The way he first swung that bat, I thought he might have put points on the board, but we'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Isn't that just like a wop? Brings a knife to a gunfight.
We live in a world now that welcomes and nurtures the screwball in all of us. Hey, time to get a little nutty. Treat yourself to Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey, a smooth flavor that combines two of America's favorites, peanut butter and American whiskey. So no more social awkwardness. Time to embrace who you truly are. Get out there and make friends. And be sure it starts with Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. It's available nearly everywhere. Learn more at screwballwhiskey.com. Please enjoy responsibly.
Cause he's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks. He's the all-American man.
My number 3 that I can't go cheap on, cereal.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of kinds that you can do, but if you're talking about, like, don't ever try to do the generic Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like soggy before you even pour the milk on it.
It's before you even open the bag. It's soggy. You're like, how'd that happen? It came with its own liquid.
Armchair.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball all year long. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. We'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch, inning-by-inning of your Atlanta Braves. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Please like and subscribe to youtube.com/@BravesCountry.
Baseball has fallen. Yes, the national game has become degraded. At certain match games, large amounts of money changed hands among the spectatorate. A noted New York club is said to have sold the results of a match. Barked chins and broken fingers may be easily mended, but a disfigured reputation may never be entirely repaired. Once more, abandon the bat, boys, if you cannot keep the game pure.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The first pitch misses outside to Matt Olson for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Swing! And just tips it out of the glove of Ruiz. Fouled back. It's 1-1. Top of the 5th inning. Braves lead it 5-0. The 1-1 misses inside, ball 2. It's 2-0. The 2-1 pitch on the way outside, ball 3, 3-1. Gray has been very careful pitching to Olson after that home run in the first inning. The 3-1 delivery down below the knees, ball 4, and it is a leadoff walk for Matt Olson. Game 2 of a 3-game series. Braves had the day off yesterday. That'll bring up Austin Riley to the plate. Riley takes the first pitch way inside, sails inside, almost clips him, and it's 1-0. Josiah Gray looks in. Here's the 1-0 delivery down below the knees, dropped by Ruiz. It's 2-0. It's one of those borderline pitches that if he would have held on to it and framed it, he might have gotten the call, but once he dropped the ball, no chance to get that nod from Kuzi. The 2-0 delivery from Gray is swung on and fouled back, and it's 2-1. Shadow's starting to creep across home plate and across the pitcher's mound. So everyone's essentially in the shape, but there is a little bit of sunlight peeking through. Might be a little difficult to pick up the ball from time to time at the plate. The 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled back. Got him right in his kitchen. 89-mile-an-hour cutter. Riley couldn't get around on. It's 2-2, 1 on, nobody out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded over to third. It's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. 2-hopper right to Candelario, and he gave a good feed to Garcia, who got it down to first. So that'll clear the bases for Ozzie Albies. We're here in the 5th inning. It's time to turn back time as we wait for the first pitch from Gray to Ozzie. Open stance from the left side. The first pitch takes outside for a ball. It's 1-0. On this date, 1914, Rube Waddell, a southpaw who once struck out a record 349 batters in one season, dies of tuberculosis at 37. The eccentric Hall of Famers, the 1-0 pitch is on the way, swung on and grounded over to first, and that'll be an easy catch and flip to Gray, who's covering the bag, and that'll end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down via the double play. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
To prevent from taking down any future videos, we have decided to no longer shoot any video in which we say or do anything offensive. Here is our latest video. How was school? I had an English test and got an A. That's awesome. Yeah, it is. Good job, son. Thanks, Dad. Oh, have you seen my dress shoes? Where are you going now? I'm going to church. Praise Jesus. Praise him every day.
Braves Country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country today, Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Your favorite shot?
Favorite shot? I don't know. I had it last night. Lots of them. I think it's called the Picklehead, where it's a shot of Jameson with a little bit of pickle juice chaser, and it's the most wonderful and terrible thing I've ever had in my drinking life. Because once you take the shot and then you take the pickle juice, there's no burn. There's absolutely no burn, right? And then you're like, well, shoot, yeah, it's just Kool-Aid at that point. It could lead to very bad things. Trust me.
Armchair.
It is ridiculous to pay ball players $2,000 a year, especially when the $800 boys often do just as well.
William A. Hulbert, a ruthless coal magnate who owned the Chicago White Stockings, became the National League's president. He immediately took steps to revive the reputation of the professional game. Players were forbidden to drink on the field or off. No beer was to be served on the grounds, and no games were to be played on Sunday. Power was to be invested in the owners, not the players.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The first pitch on the way from Strider, who's back out there for the 5th inning, 58th pitch of the afternoon. It's a fastball, top of the zone, 0-1 to Thomas. The 0-1 pitch to the righty is fastball outer edge, 98 miles an hour, 0-2. Lane Thomas, 1 for 1 on the day. The 0-2 delivery. Fastball just missed the outer edge. Ball popped out of Darnold's glove, so he wasn't going to get the call even if he framed it. It's 1-2. Back to the turn back time of Rube Waddell's passing in 1914 is the 1-2 pitch, swung on, and that ball is going to be dumped into right field. Acuna's charging, gets it, bare hands. It keeps Thomas to a leadoff single here in the bottom of the fifth. Kind of reminded me of a few of the hits that d'Arnaud got the other day, just kind of corkscrewed it off the end of the bat and over the first base and in front of the right field area. Waddell in 1914, who dies of tuberculosis at 37, who had 349 strikeouts in a season. The eccentric Hall of Famer compiled 193 wins, 143 losses. It's the first pitch on the way from Strider to C.J. Abrams is called for a strike. It's 0-1. And a 2.16 ERA during 13 seasons with the Colonels, A's, Pirates, and Browns. That was in 1914. Strider looks in at d'Arnaud, the 0-1 delivery, and here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Slider down below the knees. It's 0-2. On this date, 1963, former Brooklyn Dodger Duke Snider returns to New York, where the Mets purchase him from Los Angeles for $40,000 at the end of the season. The 0-2 pitch, swing, and just got a piece of it. I mean, just got a piece of it to stay alive. It's 0-2. At the end of the season, Bavasi will tell the 36-year-old outfielder who will represent New York in the All-Star game that the Yankees had asked for him to back up Mickey Mantle. The 0-2 pitch is on the way. Fastball fouled away. We'll do it again at 0-2. Before being dealt to the Mets, can you imagine Brooklyn Dodger fans dealing with Duke Snider being Mickey Mantle's backup? Trying to think of what that would be. I mean, honestly, if you're a Braves fan, the 0-2 pitch on the way, it just gets a piece of it. Stay alive. We'll do it again at 0-2. Be the equivalent of, at the end of his career, Chipper Jones being sent to back up Bryce Harper. I know they don't play the same position, but that's pretty much what the fan base would think of it. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Right there at the knees. Just misses inside. Nasty slider. Good eye by Abrams. It was off the plate, but not by much. It's 1-2. On this date, 1968, the Atlanta Braves purchased Oriole right-hander reliever Stu Miller. This is the 1-2 pitch from Strider. Swung on, and that ball is hit into right field on a line. Acuna had to stop. Backtracks, makes the catch. Good adjustment by Ronnie, and there's one away. Afraid he might have lost that in the sun. It would have been trouble, but instead it's just allowed out. In 1968, your Atlanta Braves purchased Orioles right-handed reliever Stu Miller, best remembered for committing a balk in the 61 All-Star game when a gust of wind knocked him off the mound at Candlestick Park. The 40-year-old will only throw an inning and 2/3 in 2 appearances for Atlanta before retiring. First pitch on the way to Robles, the number 9 hitter. It's a swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Stu Miller, though, remembered for that, did have 153 saves and 105 wins in his career, 16-year career with the Cardinals, Giants, and Phillies. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled back. It's 0-2. On this date, 1987, Mets pitcher Dwight Gooden avoids suspension for substance abuse by agreeing to enter a rehab facility. The 22-year-old right-hander makes his first start on June 5th of 87 as the 0-2 pitch is on the way. Swung on and popped up. That's a can of corn. Should be playable by Arcia, who drifts back into shallow left field. He does. And there's 2 away. The 22-year-old right-hander will make his start in June of 87 and still win 15 games for the team despite missing the first 2 months of the season. If you never saw Dwight Gooden pitch in his prime, he was the real deal. It's a shame he couldn't stay on the right track. And on this date on 2013, 10 years ago today, is the first pitch on the way to Garcia's in the dirt. It's 0-2. 10 years ago today, Bryce Harper providing all of the offense the Nationals will need, becomes the youngest player to homer twice on his first opening day. Washington beats the Miami Marlins 2-0. And that's your turn back time for April 1st. 1-0 pitch on the way to Garcia. Strike right there at the knees. Fastball inside, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery is swung on and missed. Changeup misses way out in front, and it's 1-2. Strider has added to his repertoire this year. He is going to be very hard to hit. The 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled down the third base line towards the Braves dugout. We'll do it again at 1-2. There were a couple of fairly significant trades made on this date as well. Pretty early in the season. You don't normally see this. As the 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on, just got a piece of it. About 3 seconds left on that pitch clock, and we'll do it again at 1-2. In 1982, Mets send one of the fan favorites, Lee Mazzilli, to Texas for rookie starters Ron Darling and Walt Terrell. The two will combine for 118 victories for the Metropolitans. And in 1987, as the 1-2 delivery from Strider's on the way, fastball just misses inside, 97, right in the kitchen, and it's 2-2. This date, 1987, a really famous trade. Tony Pena, three-time Gold Glove winner, is sent to the Cardinals in exchange for, as the 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, gets away. Thomas will scoot down to second base as that ball got far away from d'Arnaud. You got a full count with 2 away. Runner on second. Braves lead at 5-0 in the 5th. In 1987, the Pirates trade Tony Pena, a 3-time Gold Glover, to the Cardinals in exchange for Mike LaValliere, catcher, Mike Dunn, and Andy Van Slyke, who thinks the deal is a April Fool's Day joke. The 3-2 pitch on the way, swung on and hit high and deep into left field, going back on the track at the wall, making the leaping catch, and that'll end the inning. Good play by Eddie Rosario. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country and Braves Country HD, wherever you stream. Keep it locked in here on 99.1 FM.
Kind of fun and he's kind of fat, the all-American man.
My typical favorite shot, honestly, is just old Jack D. Well, Ice Cold Jack D. But if I'm going to pick like more of like a shooter type of thing, it is the most dangerous one, and I no longer drink it. But man, a good Jaeger bomb.
I was about to say, it's probably got some Jägermeister.
But I'm going to tell you right now, do a Jaeger bomb nowadays, I'm probably going to end up in divorce court. So, so I black out and not only just time travel, I travel. I wake up in other cities. So,
if I remember correctly, you used to like slap your face like Curly, and then you would just do this, this shuffle step, and then it was on after that.
Yes.
We went into plan M for McGee.
Yes.
All right. Execute plan M. You know, Todd, you get the flanks. If anybody's taller than McGee, get him out now.
Oh, yes.
At least that's how I remember it.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember it. And that's kind of the point.
Checkmate.
Armchair.
To further solidify their control, the owners added a reserve clause to the contracts of the 5 best men on every team. It required that each play only for his current employer and reserved his services for the following year. At first, few complained. To be reserved was to be sure of a job for the coming season. Those who did complain that the reserve clause smacked of slavery, fired, then blacklisted. For the first time in the history of the game, players would serve the interests of the owner. For the next 100 years, the professional game would be dominated by those who owned the field and supplied the ball.
Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves lead at 5-0 here in the top of the 6th. We got a pitching change as Michael Harris comes to the plate, takes the first pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch swung on, and a Baltimore chopper, high hopper over to short. We're streaking down the line is Harris. Abrams gets the ball, fires it over to first, and just gets Harris by about a half step. Anthony Banda, the left-hander, has come in for Josiah Gray. The first pitch on the way to Travis d'Arnaud is swung on and fouled down the line. It's 0-1. So the trade I was referring to in 1987, when LaValliere, Dunn, and Andy Van Slyke, the 0-1 pitch is swung on and grounded over towards third. That ball goes foul. d'Arnaud is still running down the line, but he'll have to go back and grab his bat. This is 0-2. When LaValliere, Dunn, and Andy Van Slyke get the trade, and Van Slyke thinks that it's an April Fool's Day prank. Is the 0-2 pitch? Did he go around? He did not. It's 1-2. So to get an idea of what's going on there, Gold Glove catcher Tony Pena goes to the Pirates, and he's in tears at the press conference as the 1-2 pitch is swung on. That ball is rifled in between. I don't know if that went between the legs of Abram or just ricocheted off his glove. It then shot towards the gap, but they were able to cut it off to keep him to a single. That was a hot shot. I can't imagine that's going to be an error because that was an absolute scorcher, a one-hopper. I think it might have hopped over his glove. At first, I thought it ricocheted off in between his legs. I believe that's going to be a single for d'Arnaud. It is a single. That'll bring Rosario up to the plate, lefty-lefty matchup. And with 2 seconds left on the pitch clock, it's a fastball, 96 miles an hour, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. So the catcher for the Pirates, Tony Pena, is in tears at the press conference. He doesn't want to leave Pittsburgh. He heads to St. Louis. Helps St. Louis win a pennant that year. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. LaValliere, Dunn, and Andy Van Slyke come over in the deal. And what is significant for that with Braves in Braves country is LaValliere is the catcher that tries to apply the tag when Sid slid, as the Braves famously walked off that game. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and that's strike number 3. Thought he might have got a piece of it, but he did not. If he did, it was a foul tip. And a strikeout, and there's 2 away. But you wonder what would have been on that play had that been Tony Pena at the plate, because Tony Pena was elite defensive player. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna, who had a home run earlier, is a fastball outside wide. It's 1-0. 1 on, 2 away. Lefty-righty matchup. The Big Bear leans out of the way. Slider misses. It's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch to Ozuna. On the way, swung on and fouled back. It's 2-1. Mets lead the Marlins 3-2 in the top of the fifth. The Phillies trail 4-3. That game is in the bottom of the fifth. 2-1 pitch to Ozuna. Banda kicks and deals, and that ball is fisted over towards third. It's a slow roller, and it'll be an easy 5-4 put out. Darnode by a mile, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves threaten to fail to score. We're up 5-0 heading to the bottom of the sixth.
Where's my tickets to the Sonics game? They were here just a second ago. Somebody stole my tickets to the Sonics game! This stinks! This is total BS! This is... Oh, got it. Got it. Hey, where the hell's my Lasorda tape? This is total...
So take us to 1955. Where were you when they won it all?
I was in the last period of the day in math class with Mr. Rabin. And it surprised me when I moved south that we weren't doing this. But of course, coming from the New York area, there was always at least one team in the World Series. So each fall, they played the World Series on the radio over the PA system. Remember, this is the 1950s.
So they played it during the entire broadcast.
Yes. And
Okay.
teachers had the right, to turn it on and off, maybe teach a little math and then go. But I distinctly remember being in there and, grabbing the side of the desk and just praying, and all of us feeling that way. And then when we won, of course, and I guess it must have been during math class, my best memory, that the game was won by the Dodgers, and we just burst out. And I still remember Mr. Rabin looking at us and say, okay, no homework tonight for you Dodger fans, but don't you ever mention this again. He loved the Yankees.
They were playing the Yankees.
Yes.
Johnny Padres will go down in infamy.
I remember hearing a report one night that, of course, the celebration broke out all over the streets of Brooklyn. And there was a pregnant woman who delivered a baby in the middle of all this. And he was named Johnny Padres, whatever. So there may be somebody still wandering around the streets of New York with that name.
Armchair.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Welcome back here, Braves Country. Spencer Strider is going to go out and try to pitch the sixth inning. He has pitched pretty darn good so far. When you consider it's the first start of the year and all that goes into that, he's actually pitched phenomenally. 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. First pitch on the way to Meneses to start the inning is a strike on the outer edge called for 0-1. The 0-1 delivery, fastball misses outside and wide. It's 1-1. Strider has walked 3 batters today. The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled back. He'll get ahead at 1-2. If you're just joining us, 5 runs, 8 hits for the Braves, no runs, 2 hits for the Nationals. The 1-2 pitch is fouled off. Again, Strider at just 83 pitches. It's 1-2. Can't imagine he'd be back out there for a 7th inning, so this will be his last go around. We'll see if he can make it through the inning. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, fastball misses 96 miles an hour. We'll do it again. Evens up the count at 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Slider off the edge of the plate. That's just unfair when you've got that much heat and then you throw that nasty bender that just dives off the plate at the last second. 87 miles an hour. And there's one away. Appreciate you spending your afternoon here with us here at Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball will be here all year long. Over 100 broadcasts. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled down the line up against the screen, and it's 0-2. 0-1, excuse me. Please smash that like button. If you want to hang out with us all summer long, please subscribe as well. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a nasty, looked like almost a sinker. Now, he's thrown a few changeups, but that is almost sinker stuff there. That was a fast changeup. It's 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Dom Smith, late coming around on that at 99 miles an hour, top shelf. And there's 2 away. I mean, he was barely stepping off the curve, and the bus come flying by. Braves in first place in the National League East, all by their lonesome. First pitch on the way to Ruiz is going to be a comebacker that's dumped into center field for a single, and there's 1 on and 2 away. End of the bat, the ball just got over the head of Arcia. He's trying to leap to make the play, but really had no shot at it. So at 89 pitches, we'll see if they stick with him. It does appear he will get a chance to face Dickerson. You know, Strider wants to get out of this inning, get that recorded quality start. First pitch on the way is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Misses well below the knees. It's 1-0. Right after that pitch, Strider was kind of digging down on the mound like he might have lost his footing. The 1-0 fastball, that might have been the changeup, slipped out of his hand a little bit. It's 2-0. Didn't have much of a break on it, but I think that might have been a changeup that he lost the grip. The 2-0 pitch, 96-mile-an-hour fastball popped up. Will it stay in play? Drifting over is Riley, and it's going to bend just past the dugout. That would have been a nice gift to get right there, but instead it's 2-1. Did you see the play the other night where the Mets and Marlins, Alonso was slow to get back to first base, and they gave McNeil, who was at the plate, an automatic strike? Major League Baseball the next day came out and apologized. The 2-1 pitch, fastball swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 2-2. So deuces are wild here. A 2-2 count with 2 away. Dickerson digs in, righty-lefty matchup. Darnode sets up on the outside. The 2-2 pitch, swing, and fouls it back. 99 miles an hour on the gun. We'll do it again. It's 2-2. Could be Strider's last pitch of the outing if he can get Dickerson here. A much-needed quality start from Strider. The 2-2 pitch, swing, and fouls it straight back. That one was high and tight. We'll do it again at 2-2. He's still got the gas. He's registering anywhere between 96 to 98 this inning. Braves 5, Nationals nothing. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed, strike 3. He pulled the string on that cheese, and that'll end the inning. That'll probably end the day for Strider. What a great performance. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Braves lead it 5-0.
You want to run tonight, son, or you want to act like a rabbit? You want to run or you want to duck down? If you want to duck, just go over there and get under the bench and stay there.
Big news and the big games covered in the Big Ten all year long.
Third down and about 22. As Smith drops the throw, he's got his tight end open, but he's got Carter downfield, and he's gone. Michigan leads the game with a first touchdown on a bullet, a bomb. The Carter, 71 yards. Now State's lead 7-3. There he goes. So long. Ohio State touchdown. That's that old 1-2 punch. You take two of the first time and then have it a second time.
In his career, Lorenzo White 15 times rushed for 100 yards in a half. 5 of those this season. On 2nd and 10.
Long throw to Ryson, and he's open. All the way to the 6-yard line.
Big Ten football covered in the Southeast.
After a spectacular early season in 1877, the Louisville Grays of the new National League mysteriously lost 7 games in a row. Players bobbled the ball, seemed to slow between bases, swung suspiciously wide. The Grays lost the pennant. Afterwards, some were seen wearing fancy clothes and diamond stick pins. An investigation revealed that gamblers had bought off 4 players, including one of the National League's greatest pitchers, the popular Jim Devlin. When confronted with the evidence, Devlin confessed.
Was introduced to a man named McLeod, who said when I wanted to make a little money to let him know was to use the word sash in telegraphing, and he would know what was meant. We made a contract to throw a game in Indianapolis, received $100 from McLeod for it, and gave it to my wife.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves lead it 5-0. We head to the top of the 7th inning, and Thaddeus Ward, who had a 2.28 ERA last year, comes on to pitch for the Nationals. And the first pitch is a fastball swing and a miss by RC. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch off the plate wide looked like the slider, and it's 1-1. One pitch by Ward. Fastball swung on and hit hard in between second and short. That's going to get into the outfield for a leadoff single for Orlando Arcia. Good piece of hitting by Arcia. And that'll bring up Ronald Acuna Jr. to the plate. Acuna's 1 for 3 with a solo home run that got it going this afternoon. First pitch to Acuna is top shelf slider, called for a strike. Acuna kind of half-hearted check swing, and it's 0-1. Probably good that he didn't swing at that looked like the type of pitch he pops up. The 0-1 pitch, slider off the edge in the dirt. Nasty pitch, and it's 0-2. Acuna really opened up on that one, took a wild swing. The 0-2 pitch on the way inside. Slider almost clipped the zone, but it evens up the count at 2-2. Pitch on the way wide, and it's well out of the zone. Runner on first, nobody out. A 2-2 count to Acuna. Ward looks in, and he deals swing and hits high and deep, going back against the wall and off the glove. Acuna, did he make the catch? It looked like that he dropped it, but they're going to say he made the catch. We'll have to see the replay. If he made the catch, that was one heck of a catch by Ward. He fell to the ground, and it looked like the way he came up, didn't have a great vantage point. I guess that was his hand that popped out as he was bracing himself. He did hold on to it. That was a heck of a catch. I thought that ball trickled off his glove against the wall. It looked like it popped out, but it did not. That was my mistake. So instead, a heck of a catch by Thomas, Narcia had to scuffle back to first before he got picked off. So there's your first out of the inning, a loud out. First pitch inside to Olson. It's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery from Ward. Swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 1-1. Sinker cutter to start off the at bat. The 1-1 from Ward. Just on the outer edge, kisses the black. Nice curveball by Ward, and it's 1-2. Ruiz sets up inside on the 1-2 pitch. Inside fastball, misses high and inside. Olson spun out of the way. Evens up the count at 2-2. Austin Riley on deck with one away. One on, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and hit high and deep. Going back. Jackpot, baby. It's over the wall. He'll take the grand tour. A 2-run blast by the Ice House. His second of the season. His second of the afternoon. And Atlanta has blown this puppy open. We're up a touchdown, 7-0. He caught that pitch on the outer part of the plate and just stuck his foot in the ground and drove it over the left field wall. We'll get the numbers for you here in 1 second. What an incredible play that was. Incredible drive off the front foot. Austin Riley takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Riley. Fastball misses just high over the plate. It's 1-1. Braves 7, Nationals nothing. That home run by Olson is the 1-1 pitch. 95-mile-an-hour fastball taken all the way by Riley. It's 1-2. 420 feet, 111 mile an hour off the bat at a 21-degree angle. The 1-2 pitch swung on and grounded foul. It's 1-2. The expected batting average was 980. Now who in the world's catching that ball? The 1-2 pitch. Way outside, ball 2. It's 2-2. Expecting batting average is the stat they come up with how hard a ball is hit and how far it goes on whether or not someone would make the play. The 2-2 pitches off the plate. Count is full, and it's 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball right there on the outer edge. Riley never got the bat off his shoulder, and he's down on strikes, and that'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate. See some of the comments listening all the way from Japan. Wow. Welcome in, Braves country. Ozzie Albies open stance from the left side, and the first pitch misses inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves 1, Braves 7, Washington nothing. The 1-0 pitch. 95-mile-an-hour fastball fouls it back. It's 1-1. Please like and subscribe. We're here 4 games a week, over 100 games this year for Braves Country Baseball here on Braves Country HD. The 1-1 pitch, top of the zone for a ball. It's 2-1. We also simulcast on WQEE 99.1 FM. The 2-1 pitch just clipped the top corner for the strike. Ozzie didn't like it, but it looked like it was a strike. The cutter, and it's 2-2. 2-2 pitch, 2 strikes and 2 outs and 2 balls. Here's the delivery. Curveball swung on and fouled down the line. Plenty foul in the right field corner. We'll do it again. So Deuces Wild, second baseman at the plate. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That ball's going to be dumped. Oh, Abrams on the run and makes the catch into left field. The shortstop makes the running catch. Nice play by CJ. That'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves tack 2 more on the board. It's 7-0. Get ready to stretch, y'all.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A one, a two, a three.
Casey was baseball mad, had the fever and had it bad. Just to root for the hometown through every stew. Casey Blue. On a Saturday, her young beau called to see if she'd like to go to see a show. But Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, stretch around and be home again.
Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys he knew, he made the gang sing this song.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. I don't care if I never get back. Root for the home team. Don't win the game.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. Love seeing where all the folks are listening from in the chat. We try to come together for Braves Country Baseball. Did it twice a week last year, and now we're ramping it up to 4 times a week. Tuesday night, Friday night, the Saturday afternoon, unless it's a Sunday night game like next week. And then the midday game either Wednesday or Thursday. So please like and subscribe. We have a lot of fun hanging out here on Braves Country Baseball. The Braves are up 7-0 in the first pitch from Nick Anderson, who comes out of the pen to relieve Spencer Strider. His day is done. And the first pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. That is a nasty pitch that just dropped off the table on the inner ankle, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Candelario. Did he go around? Looked like he did. He did. That's strike 3. So Nick Anderson gets himself a strikeout to start the bottom of the 7th. Nick Anderson called back up right before the season started. I think a lot of people were alarmed at first, but it was really just certain moves that you have to make. The people on your roster have certain options left. And he was sent down shortly before the season started, but came back up just before opening day. First pitch is a fastball outer edge to Thomas, who's 2 for 2, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. 94-mile-an-hour fastball misses outside, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch swung on and hit high and not very deep. Underneath it is Ronald Acuna Jr. He'll make the fair catch and the out, number 2. What do we have here? We got Rome, Georgia. We've got Marietta. Got Chattanooga. I think I mentioned Japan earlier. My dad was stationed in Japan in the 60s. The first pitch on the way to Abram is called for a strike. Curveball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Strike two, and it's 0-2. So he was stationed in the Air Force in Japan. So he picked up Japanese, and later on, he and the guy they named the band after, Leonard Skinner, is the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses inside. It's 0-2. So not one of the band members, but the guy they named the band after, the Leonard Skinner, the high school football coach in Jacksonville. Him and my dad became good friends because they both graduated from Florida State, and they both were stationed in Japan. The 1-2 pitch on the way, curveball popped up high. You don't see many can of corns in deep center field, but it is. And that'll be the out. So that'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. Good inning by Anderson. Harris is coming up to the plate when we come back.
Challenge accepted.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball all year long. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. We'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch, inning-by-inning of your Atlanta Braves. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Please like and subscribe to youtube.com/@BravesCountry.
I might audible, I'll use
Omaha! Red Polly! Blue poncho! Do it! Rambo! Give me Kershaw here, Kershaw!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Stop, Japan! Richmond, New York! Richmond, Florida! Sally, Buffalo! Check! Hey, Short Ox! Do the Raiders! Omaha! Time out!
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Darryl Strawberry has gone out to get some sunglasses, so the sun has poked through the clouds here at Wrigley, much to the delight of the fans.
There's a lot of daughters here, too.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back here at Braves Country Baseball. Braves lead at 7-0 in the first pitch. As Ward goes back out there to Harris, is fouled off for a strike, and it's 0-1. Right-hander Ward kicks and deals, righty-lefty matchup, and fastball misses inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Braves 7, Nationals 0. Home runs by Acuna to lead it off as the 1-1 pitch is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 1-2. Matt Olson followed that with the home run. He had a second home run later in the game for 2 all day. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled down the line. I think he broke his bat. He did break his bat. He's having to get a new one. I think it just splintered a little bit because he's pointing at it. I think the bat boy was a little confused because it didn't necessarily shatter, but Harris definitely felt it. So he's getting back into the box. And a 1-2 count is they'll give him a bit of time off that pitch clock to be able to reset. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and that ball is hammered into center field, but right at Robles. Hit on a dime, but he didn't have to take too many steps, and there's one away. That'll bring up Travis d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud comes to the plate on the first pitch on the way, righty-righty matchup. And it's slider just inside. It's 1-0. d'Arnaud's 1 for 3 on the day. Same pitch, same location, same call. It's 2-0. That one was framed a little better by Ruiz. I thought he might get the call, but he did not. The 2-0 pitch. Cutter, high and outside corner. It's 2-1. Texas leads Philadelphia 7-3. That game is in the 6th. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Piped right down the center. Cutter. And it's 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on and fouled down the right field line. We'll do it again at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, almost clips d'Arnaud. He had to bend out of the way just a bit. Little chin music. d'Arnaud step out for a second and he'll regain his composure. New York Mets lead the Marlins 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Time was called by d'Arnaud and it was granted. The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking. Sinker right over the heart of the plate, and d'Arnaud just watched it go by. I'm sure he'll be talking to himself heading back to the dugout, but there's 2 away here in the top of the 8th. I think today's more indicative on how most games are going to go, as the first pitch on the way to Rosario is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. This game started just over 2 hours ago, and we are in the top of the 8th inning. Rosario 0 for 3, got the start out in left field today. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 pitch swung on, and it's corkscrewed over towards third. Charging is Candelario. Candelario will gut it over to first and get Rosario by about a step. That'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the bottom of 8. Braves lead it 7-0.
God would never let me be successful. He'll kill me first. He'll never let me be happy.
I thought you didn't believe in God.
I do for the bad things.
And I don't give a damn who you are, how much money you got. You're going to make 7 out of 10 outs and go to the Hall of Fame. What others is it? LeBron James shoots 3 out of 10? Are we buying that 26? If Tom Brady completes 3 out of 10, are we buying that 12? No. So just accept the fact. I made 10,000 outs. I did Reggie Jackson's radio show about an hour ago. I made more outs than he got at bats. And he was the first to tell me that, by the way. Smart ass. He told me it was Mr. October. I said, hey, Reggie, listen, I was Mr. April, May, June, July, and August, and September. You were Mr. October.
Hey, Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long, giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5, and we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country baseball right here on the key.
1-1 pitch. A long drive to right. Ramirez turns to the track. She's gone. Day of justice. All is forgiven in Atlanta. Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. Braves lead at 7-0. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Jimenez will climb into the box. Joe Jimenez came over from the Detroit Tigers last season. 56 innings, a 3.49 ERA. I see the comment about anyone been to SD. I don't know if that's South Dakota or if that's San Diego. I've been to San Diego. I haven't been to South Dakota. I do want to go one day. The first pitch on the way from Jimenez is on the way, and it is a curveball in the dirt, and it's 1-0. 81 mile an hour. Jimenez can bring it. He's got a mid-90s fastball. The first pitch, the 1-0 pitch is swung on. That ball is rifled into left field. 94 mile an hour fastball that Robles was able to turn around on, hit it right in between the 5-6 hole. And Rosario gets it back in from left field. There's one on and nobody out. Some inclement weather in the background. Hopefully they can get this game in before those dark clouds get over the skies. Dark clouds get over the stadium, excuse me. The 1-0 pitch to Garcia is a curveball inside, misses, and it's 2-0. So one on, nobody out. Jimenez are trying to get him some work, but you wonder how long of a leash they'll have with him. The 2-0 pitch swung on. That ball is bounced up the middle. The play's going to be made by Arcia. He's going to step on the bag, fire it over to first, and it is a 6-3 double play. Good defensive stop by Arcia, and there's 2 away. So that kills that rally. The designated hitter, Meneses, will come to the plate. Meneses swing and a miss at the first pitch, 94 mile an hour fastball, and it's 0-1. Texas 7, Philadelphia 3, top of 7. And the Mets lead 4-2 in the 7th over the Marlins. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Birthday time here on Braves Country Baseball. Baseball birthdays. Happy 38th birthday to Daniel Murphy. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down via the double play and a strikeout. We'll head to the top of the 9th. The Braves lead it 7-0. Ozuna, Arcia, and Acuna coming to the plate.
Oh, yeah? Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
Hey, Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long, giving you Braves Country Baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5. And we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country Baseball right here on the key.
NBA tradition says rookies must carry all veterans' bags on road trips. But a rookie Larry Bird, on his very first road trip with the Boston Celtics, stood up in front of every veteran on the bus and said, "I want you guys to know, I'm never going to get you any water, and I'm never going to carry one bag, ever." And he never did.
Armchair.
Bad food and overpriced drink had been sold at ballparks since the 1850s, but it took one very ambitious British-born caterer to turn concessions into an empire. Harry M. Stevens had begun his career hawking scorecards in the 1880s, all the while regaling the crowds with quotes from Byron and Shakespeare. By 1901, he was peddling hard-boiled eggs, ham sandwiches, ice cream, and slices of pie in stadiums from New York to Ohio. Then, one cold afternoon, when ice cream sales slowed at the Polo Grounds, he sent out for German sausages, which he put in long buns so fans could hold and eat them. He had made his greatest contribution to the game, introducing hot dogs to the ballpark.
Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Finishing off those birthdays before the ninth inning gets going here as Ozuna steps up to the plate. The first pitch is on the way outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Pitching change. Hobie Harris is in for Thaddeus Ward, the right-hander. Tall, lanky right-hander. The 1-0 pitch. Top of the zone called for a strike, and it's 1-1. Baseball birthdays. Daniel Murphy, 38-year-old second baseman. Turns 38 years old, excuse me. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses high. It's 2-1. Murphy played for the Mets, Cubs, and Nationals and Rockies from Jacksonville, Florida. Had a 20.4 WAR, 138 home runs. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. It's 2-2. Non-baseball birthdays. Mark Jackson of the New York Knicks, 1988 Rookie of the Year. He turns 58. Jumbo Elliott, Hall of Fame offensive lineman of the Giants, as the 2-2 pitch is fouled back again. Do it again at 2-2. Jumbo Elliott turning 58 as well. Logan Paul turns 28. Jim Jeffcoat, the Dallas Cowboys, the 92 and 93 Super Bowl teams, is the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. And there's one away. Jeffcoat of the Dallas Cowboys, the 92-93 Super Bowl champions. He turns 61. Arcia comes to the plate, and he takes the first pitch at the top of the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1. Most wins to be born on this day, Phil Niekro, Braves Hall of Famer, 318 wins. The 0-1 pitch misses inside. It's 1-1. We lost the great knuckleballer back in 2020. Rusty Staub had the most home runs born on this day, as the 1-1 pitch is fouled back. It's 1-2. Staub had 292 home runs, played for the Mets, several other teams, 45.8 WAR, 22 years. For folks that follow WAR, Niekro's WAR was 95. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fisted over into right field. It's going to dump down for a single. Arcia gets to first. He's smiling and laughing. He knows he didn't hit that hard, but it'll look like a hard rocket in the scorecard later. Almost like a golf shot, like a 7-iron, just kind of chipped it into right field in front of the right fielder, just past the first baseman. So 1 on, 1 away, and the first pitch to Acuna is a changeup on the inner cut, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Ron Acuna Jr. 1 for 4 with the home run. The 0-1 pitch swung on. That ball's hit hard right over to third. It's going to be a 5, 4, 3 double play. It was a hot rocket, a one-hopper right at Candelario. Nice play by him. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Keep it locked in here on the Key and 99.1 FM, the Key, and Braves Country HD wherever you stream. Hey, Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the Key all year long, giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the Key. We go live 3 to 5, and we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country baseball right here on the Key.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neal, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Fridays, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. We'll be back Tuesday night for Braves versus Cardinals, 7:45 Eastern time, first pitch. Make sure to catch Braves Country today, our daily talk show, 3 to 5. You can catch it on 99.1 FM The Key. You can also catch it on Braves Country HD, wherever you stream. We talk all sports, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Hit the scoreboard one more time as we hit the bottom of the ninth inning. Kirby Yates is coming on. Only pitched 7 innings last year. Is coming off a major injury. But remember, a few years ago, he was one of the best closers in baseball before Tommy John surgery. Rangers 7, Phillies 3. That game is in the 7th. Giants on top of the Yankees 5-3, the top 7. Orioles once again on top of the Red Sox 8-5. That game is in the top of the 7th. Mets 5-2 over the Marlins in the bottom of 7. Tampa Bay Rays all over Detroit 10-2 in the 7th. In the 9th inning, you got the Twins and Royals. Minnesota up 2-0. Tonight, remember you got the Final Four. If you're listening on 99.1 FM, coming up here in just a few moments, you're going to have River Dragon hockey. But in Major League Baseball, if you're up late tonight, D-backs and Dodgers, Bumgarner versus Kershaw, Guardians versus Mariners. Here's the first pitch on the way from Yates, and it's a fastball inside for a ball to Smith, and it's 1-0. Astros beat the White Sox 5-4 earlier today. The 1-0 pitch, down below the knees, it's 2-0. Dominic Smith 0 for 2 on the day with a walk in the 4th. The 2-0 pitch on the way. Swung on and hit high and deep into center field, but underneath it is Harris. And there's one away. So Kirby Yates starts off his 2023 season with an out, and he'll kick and deal to Ruiz, righty-lefty matchup, and it dives down below the knees inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Inside and down, it's 2-0. Wind is really gusting in the outfield as that storm is coming in. Hopefully they can get this inning out of the way. The 2-0 swung on and hit high and deep down the right field line. Will it stay fair? It is. It's gone. A solo shot, and it's 7-1 Atlanta. A solo blast. Ruiz's first home run of the season. 407 footer, 106 miles an hour off the bat. That got out in a hurry. The 94 mile an hour fastball that he turned on top shelf and cranked it into the upper deck. Wasn't sure if that was going to bend past the foul pole, but it stayed straight, and it's 7-1. Yates kicks and deals, and the first pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-2. 0-1, excuse me. The 0-1 pitch from Yates fades outside off the plate. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch swung on and hit hard over to Olsen. Olsen's on it. He'll grab it, step on the bag, and there's 2 away. That was an absolute scorcher, but it was right at Matt Olsen. And now there's 2 away. That was a worm burner. So that'll bring up Candelario, Washington's last hope. First pitch there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch swung on and popped up, giving chase over into left field is Rosario. He's fighting the wind. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the game. Nice tight little window, 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 21 minutes, excuse me. The Atlanta Braves go to 2-0 on the season as they take out the Washington Nationals. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Washington. First pitch was 4:05, so we're talking about right at 2 hours and 21, 2 hours and 22 minutes. Spencer Strider gets the first win of the year. Goes to 1-0. Josiah Gray will take the loss and go to 0-1. Atlanta will be back at it tomorrow at 1:35 Eastern. We'll have the next Braves Country baseball game, 7:45 Tuesday against the St. Louis Cardinals. Dylan Dodd's major league debut. So y'all go enjoy the night. Braves Country Baseball, appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you Tuesday evening, 7:45 first pitch. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Have a great weekend, y'all.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening to Braves Country Baseball. With Mac Magee, we're proud to bring you year number 3. Braves Country Baseball comes your way Tuesdays and Friday nights and 2 more bonus games for a total of 4 games a week. You can also catch Braves Country, our daily sports talk show. We go live 3 to 5, 99.1 FM WQEE, Metro Atlanta. Other CBS, ESPN, and independent affiliates nationwide, and simulcast on youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Find Braves Country HD today wherever you stream. Your first choice for Southern sports and the deepest bench in sports talk.
Something of the 5th of September. Something of the 5th of September. She said a lot that I can't remember. Something of the 5th. Can I get another cigarette, please? Can I get another cigarette, please? Yeah, I know I live to regret it. Just give me another cigarette, please. Can I get another cigarette, please?
You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Noonan, Georgia, home of Braves Country with Mac Magee and the Armchair Quarterbacks, weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on The Key and YouTube.com at Braves Country.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Fridays, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes, not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, close to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Ash, January 1949, Sport Magazine. Hey Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the Key all year long giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the Key. We go live 3 to 5. We'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country Baseball right here on the Key. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. And somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.